Hello, everybody. Brian and Gail here on our DVC journey.
Hi.
We recently had a question come up from one of our subscribers that asked about a 7-month booking window and how we can accomplish that when it's not our home resort and we're able to book that. How successful is it? And we want to put together a video and answer that question for all of you out there, and also invite you to share some things that you do to increase your odds of being able to get a room that you're at a 7-month booking window. Because as we know, it is becoming a little bit more difficult to do that depending on the resort. Some of them are more popular than others. You know, if they want to stay at a particular resort, definitely, like say, a monorail resort or one of the Skyliner resorts. So let's cover that. So the 7-month booking window, if you're not familiar with it, at your home resort, you can book at an 11-month window. You get that advantage over all the other DVC members being able to book at your home resort. And as we've covered in the past, our home resorts are Wilderness Lodge and also Saratoga. But even at your home resort, you can get put into a 7-month window if you delay in booking because you haven't made a decision yet, or because somebody decides they want to go on a long weekend trip and you're within that 7-month window. So what do? Again, please share with the community here, with the channel, how you handle that too. So this is what our one rule is as far as buying your points. What's that, Gail?
I would still strongly suggest buying points at a place that it may not be the first place you would pick to stay, but you have to be happy to stay there if all else failed. I know that, a lot of times you want to buy where it's the most reasonably priced, points wise, maintenance due wise, that type of thing. But I would still highly recommend definitely buying, wanting to stay there, even if it wasn't your first choice, that you wouldn't mind staying there. We personally have not run into the issue of staying elsewhere within a 7-month window, but Brian and I have also discussed that we don't feel that that may last forever. So when we were adding the points we added, we, realistically looked at, would we be happy staying where we bought our additional points if we couldn't, get something at the 7-month window.
Right. And another viewer of the channel asked this question because we're at Wilderness Lodge, our home resort, and also Saratoga Springs. And if you watched our other videos, you know that we love Old Key West. And the comment was, well, why didn't you buy at Old Key West? If you love Old Key West and you bought Saratoga. There's a few things you take into consideration with that. Saratoga is a longer contract deed than what Old Key West was. So we wanted to extend our ownership with that longer 50-year contract versus a 40-year contract. So that was one reason that we did it. And there's several others that fall into play with buying Saratoga Springs. Gail covered some of it. But like she said, good point, buy where you're going to be happy to stay. May not be your first choice. Why? Another thing is buying where you are happy to stay and not your first choice. Well, maybe it's the cost of the price of the point per point. So you can use your points at any of the resort, your direct points. Of course, there's some restrictions. Some have grandfathered in, and you can use those too at any resort. But, it's a good point that you make. But we've had success answering the question as far as a 7-month booking window. Can it be done? We have had success in booking at Boardwalk, which is not a home resort, within a 7-month booking window. We have also had success booking at Animal Kingdom Lodge within the 7-month window. And even as I mentioned earlier, sometimes your home resort, ours is Wilderness, one of our home resorts, we've booked within 7 months of that resort because we decided at the last minute, hey, let's go, let's stay, have some time at that location there. So we've had some successes, but there are some obstacles that are in the way of the success stories. So, Gail, what
Yes.
are those?
You want to keep in mind there are certain times of the year that are more popular than other times. That's going to make a difference. We all know that there are many different festivals that Disney has, marathons, and then, of course, you have your Halloween time, your Christmas time, your spring breaks, Easter. So, if you have the flexibility to go at the seasons that aren't quite as popular, you're going to have a lot more success. Unfortunately, our 1 week is absolutely always spring break because our daughters are teachers. So that's just carved in stone. Fortunately, like we said, we haven't had an issue. Hopefully that'll continue. But like I said, we'd be happy to stay at Saratoga. We love Saratoga. I just enjoy a larger floor plan because generally spring break is the week that we generally have a crowd. So it's just nice to have more room to spread out. But not that Saratoga isn't, it's a very, very nice resort.
It's a beautiful resort.
It
has
is.
a lot of
Great
amenities.
pools, yeah.
We covered some of those in one of our other videos. But
We're getting off track.
Mentioning the festivals and such. When I said we had success within the 7-month window, we had success at these times of the year. So the success we had at booking Boardwalk, people might say, well, you can get Boardwalk at 7-month and Animal Kingdom, that's no problem. We did it while we had Food and Wine Festival going on. So we were able to do that during Food and Wine. Number one thing that goes on Food and Wine at Boardwalk and also at the Beach Club, Yacht Club, are the studios. Those are going to go first because people are going to want to be at the Food and Wine Festival, or if it's a marathon, sometimes they overlap there. They want to be in a studio because they're in and out. So it's more difficult, but we were able to do that. We were able to have success in getting a studio at that time. Another thing that we have run into personally is booking a 3-bedroom during spring break. Couldn't get it. Could not get it. It was not our home resort. Old Key West, a huge floor plan, big group coming with us. We couldn't get it. It's gonna happen. If it's not your home resort and you're not booking 11 months with a small inventory of rooms, like a 3-bedroom Grand Villa, you may not get it. So one thing I found interesting before making this video, we looked at different weeks, and we looked at even a second week in January, which is after the holiday, and none of the resorts had all the days available for a full week. Okay, so it does. I don't know what's going on in the second week
in
of
January.
I can't recall. There's got to be something that's taking place. It might be some national holiday, not spring break, but school break, something of that nature. But they weren't available. So how do you better your odds of being able to get a room that is a studio, very popular at very popular times, or a 3-bedroom Grand Villa? There are things that you can do that we did to help us be successful. Now, one of them, I'll cover one, I'll let you cover another. One of them was wait list. The only way that we were able to get Boardwalk at Food and Wine Festival time, we put ourselves on a wait list. And we just waited and waited and waited, and we were successful. A success story. It doesn't always happen, but you don't know if you don't try. So I said, let's get on the wait list and see. And that was amazing to be able to get up, walk out of your room, walk over to Epcot, and go right in that back entrance there to Epcot, into Epcot, and be able to enjoy the park without having to do transportation and all. But we wait listed, and that worked out beautifully for us at that time.
Right.
There's another one though.
You could have split stays, split your week up. Maybe there are several days available at one resort. at the first part of the week, last part of the week, whichever. And if you're willing to make a move to another resort, you can still get your full week, maybe just split between 2 resorts.
And I know that one is more difficult if you're traveling with a big group with family, because you have to transfer your luggage. Disney will help you with that. You know, you see valet service, they're going to help you with the transfer and all. But when you're a family with small kids, we understand that is not an easy thing. You're going, you know, we've done 3 resorts in one stay. Okay, so we check into one resort one night, check out. Go to another resort, check in one night, check out. Go to another resort. If you're a family like the person that brought this question up, as far as a 7-month booking window, they have 5. You know, 3 kids, teenage years. I don't know if it's easier with teenagers or little kids, you know, because who wants to
No,
pack
you
their
have a
stuff
lot of
up?
stuff with teenagers, especially if they're girls. So,
well, especially if you're going to be in a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom and you're using the kitchen facilities and you've got your food in the refrigerator, and it's even another thing, even harder if you don't have a vehicle.
right.
You know, to
Yes.
be able to
We've
just
done
load
that.
your car up and move everything over by yourself.
Right.
If you have a car, makes it easier. You can load your food up,
Right.
and valet will hold, you know, your
Luggage.
and also your food. You know, I can't recall.
I know
if
we
have a
never
fee.
transferred food. When we
Yeah, we
did
haven't
that,
had
we
to.
usually just wanted to tack on a couple days
Right.
before our
Right.
week started. So
Yeah.
we would, because we are ones that over the years did a lot of in-room cooking. And, you know, honestly,
and still we do some.
yeah, we do. We have, but I mean, any 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom at any resort is going to offer you a full kitchen. Your
Yeah, and the
studios,
Grand
you have
Villas.
little kitchenettes. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Grand Villas, you know, your studios will have small little kitchenettes. But if you want to, you know, maybe have a little less expensive of a week and do a little more cooking in the room, any of them are going to offer you a full kitchen, full refrigerator, stove, microwave, you know, the coffee pot, dishes, all of that stuff. Now, they may not be as big, you know, in size. They vary.
Right,
You know,
because Old Key West has
is-
a huge floor plan.
Yes.
You go to the Riviera, to the Grand Villa, their kitchen is huge.
Yes.
I mean, I don't even know what the length of their island is. It's huge. Saratoga has a smaller
It's
kitchen.
very-
gal-
it's small,
galley,
very small,
and
but
then
we've
we're
done
familiar
it.
with the 2-bedroom, you know,
yeah.
Galley
Yeah.
kitchen type of a thing. But
You just aren't
go-
going to have 2 or 3 people in there at one time
Right.
cooking, 2
Right.
max.
Yeah,
So
yeah, so there's a lot of different things that come into play with it. It
can be done, though.
But yeah, it is possible. It is possible to book.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's very simple. There's no problem.
Yeah.
But you want to keep an eye on your 11-month booking window and your 7-month, and then there's last minute type stays. And with the last minute ones, or within 7 months, you got to be really flexible as to what you're going to do and where you're going to be staying at, and spending your time. So we just covering that for one of our subscribers that's contemplating joining DVC and how that would work. She has a game plan. We have a video out about our game plan, and she'd watch that, and she has a game plan for their family. So we're hoping that everything works out for them and has success in becoming a DVC member. You know, so we thank her for watching and submitting that question through the comments.
hopefully we were able to answer that and be
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, well, of course, I responded to the question and the comments, but if you have any, please share those in the comments. Help others, work through these questions that are considering becoming members of DVC, or that haven't done that as of yet in their membership, or haven't had to do it because they haven't crossed that bridge. So anyway, that's our conversation for today. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you on our next DVC journey. Bye.
Bye.